Um, I don't know. I feel like I just happened to be lucky my last few games there. I'm really speechless. I feel like the first two NCAA tournament games, were pretty good. And obviously the one my sophomore year was one of my bigger ones. So I feel like I've just been very lucky.
Do you like playing Kentucky?
I don't mind it. It's for me. It's really, another game. I'm from New York, and it's obviously a big game. I'm not gonna be on the push, but it's just I'm from New York, and I know it's a big game for the guys and people in Kentucky and stuff. So I kind of like play for them, play for my town, play for my schools. It is a rivalry game, but for me, I treat it as any other, and I would prepare as I would for any other.
When you go against a bigger guard, how do you handle it? What are some tips for smaller guards going against bigger guards?
I feel like there's a lot of disadvantages and advantages. You kind of just have to make them play defense as well, but at the end of the day, stick to your defensive principles. Just challenge the shot and not to get too down, because if I play against a guard 5'9", I would assume that it would be the same thing as playing against a guard 6'4". So just challenge the shot, and that's the most you can do. And whatever happens, happens from there.
What's your impression of the Harrison twins?
I feel like I said earlier, I feel like they're very talented, and they could be they could be one of the greater college basketball players in the country. And they're great guards. They have the size. They can finish around the basket, and they're in a system that enables them to do things that a lot of other guards don't get to do. And they take a lot of criticism, but they're only freshmen. But they're super talented, and
Well, Coach Pitino talked about their size underneath and their front line size, and how much that bothered or worried him. As a guard, I mean, how does that affect you? Is it you concerned about the shot blocking ability and size?
the way I handle things is I never worry about anyone else, not being showing any disrespect by it. But if I worry too much about what somebody else is doing, it's like taking a test and constantly looking at somebody else's paper that you don't know. You don't know if that person studied. You don't know if he knows the answers. You don't know if he even went to class. So if I worry about my opponent to the point where I have to kind of change and alter my game, then it's going to put me in some trouble. I still have to play my game, get guys involved, and still be aggressive, still kind of test the waters a bit. And if something isn't there, then I'll adjust. But I have to make them adjust to what I like to do first.
I mean, what are going to be some of the keys for you guys doing this game because of that?
Believe it or not, I want to say the way the game might be, officiated. I want to say that. I think that's going to become a big part, depending on how. It's tough to tell because I can't sit here and say that, well, Kentucky's going to come out and play aggressive. Or I can't sit out and say we're going to come back and we're not going to touch anybody. You kind of have to see how the tempo is going to run and how the game's officiated, and to see where you can see if it's going to be a physical game. And that's going to determine the kind of results